Hello everyone, I'm Kesava Krishnan and I'm one of the gold product experts for Blogger. If you want to know who a product expert is, you could get into online help forums of Google, any product. You could see helpers badged platinum product expert or gold product expert or a silver product expert. I'm one of them. If you want to know more about the product experts program of Google, you could check out the link in the description. Today, we are gonna talk on how to set up a custom domain for Blogger, and let's get right into it. So here you see the platform of my Blogger, where I have one blog which is dummy. I click on view blog, it takes me to the blogspot address. Now we are gonna set up a custom domain for this particular blogspot address. So I'm going to settings, basic. Under publishing, you could see the blog address where there are two options. One, set up a third-party URL for your blog, and another is buy a domain. What is buy a domain? So recently, Google became its own registrar and started selling out domains so that the integrating process with any of its other products could be one step more easier. So that is what Google Domains is all about, and unfortunately, I don't own a Google domain. So let's go for the third party URL. It asks for a blog domain. So what is a third party URL? Google Domains is none other than another registrar in the market who sells domain names. So there are other registrars, ancient registrars like GoDaddy, BigRock, or a lot of other registrars who sell out domain names. We could buy domain from those registrars and integrate it with Blogger blogs. So how do we do that? I'm gonna go ahead and type the full URL of my custom domain along with www. Yeah, Keiko, isn't it? So let's try clicking on view blog. Oops, it says you're about to be redirected. The blog that used to be here is now at krishnanphoton.com. So there is something wrong, right? Let's see what it is. So whenever there is an issue related to setting up a custom domain or any issue where custom domain is involved, the first and foremost golden rule is to dig and find out if the DNS addresses are set up to the standards of the group. So let's check it out. There is this tool called Dig Web Interface, wherein you could go and give the host names, any number of host names, and dig. It would get the DNS information for you from the registrar. So that is my naked domain, and this is my www. So yeah, that is the dig log where it says my naked domain is pointing to some random IP address and my www domain is also pointing to the same random IP address, which is wrong. Now we are gonna go ahead and set this up in my domain manager. I have a lot of records mapped to some other blogs, so let's go ahead and change www. www should always point to this particular name ghs.google.com. I'm clicking on save. Oops, it says enter a valid IP address. It says so because the record type is A. Whenever it is a record, you should always essentially point to an IP address. And since this one is not an IP address and a name, we are gonna go ahead, delete this record and create a new record which is of type C. TTL is the amount of time taken for any DNS record to get refreshed for the old record to go away and for the new record to come. So yeah, I'm gonna set that up to 600, which is the minimum possible TTL provided by my registrar. If I take it one number less, it doesn't save. So yeah, now we are gonna go ahead and add 4 A records. So please do remember, when you're gonna set up a custom domain for your blogger, you should ensure there are 4 A records and 1 CNAME record mandatory. So where to find it? So yeah, here is the official article of Blogger Help on setting up a custom domain, where you could find the step 3. Although it says it is optional, it is not. We should make sure we have set this 4A record so that our custom domain runs smooth. I'm gonna go ahead, copy this and start adding. So the host for naked domain should be at. I'm just copy pasting each record so that we don't miss any number out. So yeah, we have added all of the 4A records. Here, although I say we need to add 4 A records and 1 CNAME record, we have one more CNAME record that is to be added, which is called the verification record. This is thrown by the blogger usually when it wants to verify if the blog and the custom domain is owned by the same person. For me, this verification record isn't asked just because this particular blog and this custom domain belongs to the same G Suite account. So yeah. Let's go ahead and try unpublishing this blog. I'm sorry. And publish it back to the customer. And this time you are asked redirect krishnanphoton.com to www.krishnanphoton.com. So what is this? This option wasn't available earlier. So this just asks if it can redirect your naked domain address to the www address each time when it encounters. You could just tick this box so that every traffic is redirected to www address from the naked domain and you don't have to maintain 2 URLs on the bookmarks or anything. I'm clicking on save. Yeah, it is done. I'm gonna go ahead and click on view blog. It still says the same. Let us hit refresh. Yeah, so it is redirected to krishnanphoton.com. But it says the site can be reached. Let's see what happened in the dig log. So as I have already told, no matter what issue comes up, what issue pops up, the first thing we should check is that are the custom domain DNS addresses set up right. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig it once more. Yeah, we have 4 A records and 1 CNAME record, but we also have the old A record which we missed to remove. I'm gonna go ahead and remove it. Here it is. So it is removed, and yeah, before this gets affected, we have already spoke that TTL takes a particular time. For me, in my case, it is 600 seconds. But there is a lot more than that, more like DNS cache, browser cache, and other caches which needs to be refreshed to the new DNS setup. So it takes a while. Probably sometimes it takes 24 hours to complete. So yeah. In such cases, it doesn't mean that we don't have set things up right. Rather, it takes a while for the cache to clear. And we have 4 A records and 1 CNAME record as per Blogger standards. Now let's try our luck with this. Yeah, so the blogspot address redirects to the custom domain address. Let's click on read more. And this particular blog post URL is also published under the custom domain URL. But one last time, to ensure this works fine, we are gonna go ahead and change this particular URL from the custom domain to the blogspot address, and let's see what happens. Yes, and it also redirects to the custom domain address of this particular blog post. So that's it. I think we are done right here. If you wanna know more on how to debug custom domain related issues, you could check out the link in the description where I have written a blog post article, common issues where custom domain is involved. This talks almost a lot of things about custom domain. Please do check that out. And if at all you have any doubts, clarifications, please leave comment below. And thanks for watching this video.